talk about a real dude, a guy that's going to share some powerful words with us. That always speaks the truth. All right, let's give it up to my good friend SHEP.
What's up, fellas? Thank you, Coach. Let me get this thing set up for us. And then we're going to send out notes to you. So I'll let you know if I say anything that's not in your notes. But I've taken the liberty of already writing the notes down. I've given them to Lauren. She's going to send them out to you guys after this. I do that so we can stay locked in and focused on each other and make the most of the time. But if I say anything that's not in your notes, I'll let you know that you may want to write that down. Y'all track with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me put this on airplane mode so your sister don't hit me up. Here we go. All right. Let's roll. When I say all good, y'all say all good. All good?
All good.
All good?
All good.
Man, I'm excited to be in front of you guys. Like Coach said, man, I get the opportunity to do this and work with pro and college teams. My second group that I pour into a lot is U.S. military. Third group are the guys on death row, particularly in the state of Georgia. There's only one prison where they do executions. That's Jackson State Prison on the south side. When I started doing work there, there was 101 people on death row. My last time there, I think there's 37 people left. A lot of guys in my industry that travel the world and see what I do, because I've spoken on every continent except Antarctica. And a lot of people say, man, I love to do the thing you do, man. Working with Super Bowl winning team, national champions. Last year I had 9 of the 12 college football playoff teams that I work with all throughout the season. Like, this is what I do. And Cat's like, I love to do what you do. The only thing nobody wants to do is speak to the guys on death row. Because you know nobody's on death row for tax evasion. And I said, they say, aren't you scared to talk to the cats on death row? I said, no, because every audience I speak to is on death row. They just have a date. Like, I grew up in a day and age where people used to say people are here today and what? Gone tomorrow. Y'all realize y'all are living and playing in a day and age where people are here today and gone today. And so the stakes are much higher. I'm not one of them old heads that tell you, man, back in my day, man, y'all boys soft, man, y'all. Nah, man, I got a lot of respect for what y'all doing, man. It's never been a tougher time in human history to try to play with grit, to play with toughness, to be selfless, to be a part of something bigger than yourself, man. In this sport, it's never been more difficult for a group of people to put their agendas aside and decide they're gonna come together and play for one purpose, to be all in together, to be one unit. To say we're not just gonna be teammates, we wanna become a family. Not just teammates, but a what? Family. Man, it's so easy to say that. And some of y'all probably been hearing that everywhere you ever played ball since you was in Little League. Everybody talking about family. But we abandon each other. We don't look out for each other. We don't sacrifice for each other. And so it's never been more difficult. But I want us to take a chance and not just making excuses, but making history. And being special together. Being special where? Together. Everything I'm talking about is us being together. Why is this important? Because if you want to go fast, you got to go by yourself. But if you want to go far, you got to stick together. That's good. That's not even notes. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go far, we have to stick together. So what I will do is, for the next few moments, I'll share a little bit about myself so you'll kind of know who I am. I'm sure a bunch of y'all I've never met, and then I'll get into our talk. When I get into our talk, I'm literally just talking about one thing. There's one thing that I want to give you, and then I'll be out of your way. Like I said, anything I don't get to will be in your notes. I'm originally from the state of Florida. I was raised with 15 brothers and sisters. Now, here's the way that y'all can help me. So public speaking is my greatest fear. Like, I literally face my fear for a living. In 31 days of August, I'll be with 34 teams. Like, I was just at the University of Georgia yesterday. I'm leaving you guys. I'm continuing. I'll be with another team in another major conference. Like, I'm here, and I want to be right here in Memphis. This is one of the places I look forward to coming every single year if I get the opportunity. I haven't been here since 2022. So I've been waiting on go for a chance to be in front of y'all. But public speaking is my greatest fear. So on the day I got to speak, I can't eat the entire day before then. So I hadn't eaten all day. Like, y'all should have saw me at the hotel. I was shaking like booty meat. You hear me? Scared to death, bro. Like, public speaking is my greatest fear. But the reason I face my fear for a living, I want to share with you my story up until that point of why I do what I do. And then I'll get into my talk and tell you those things. So the way that you can help me for the rest of this time is if I say anything real, if I say anything that connects to you, if I say anything you say, SHEP, I need to hear that. SHEP, I'm Philly. Well, I know somebody dealing with that. SHEP, man, I know something about that. If you can relate to anything I talk about for the rest of our time together, I want you to let me know that by saying, hey. So if I say anything real for the rest of our time, and you say, man, this dude must be following me on IG, boy, he all in my business right now. If I say anything you feeling, you'll let me know that by saying what? Hey. Okay, we on point. Let me test it out one time. I'm originally from the South. Hey. Okay, it's a bunch of y'all from the South. There it is. So I'm raised with 15 brothers and sisters. That's what most people say when I say that. 9 brothers, 6 sisters, had 1 mom. She worked 2 jobs. Overnight, she worked at Waffle House. Y'all ever heard of Waffle House? Yeah. Like, hey. During the day, she worked at a gas station. So how many brothers? How many brothers? 9. How many sisters? 6. How many mamas? 1. How many jobs? 2. Guess how much money? None. We grew up poor. I couldn't even afford the R. We were poor. That's how I grew up. Man, I'm from the bottom of the map, man, and I suffered in the home of the free and the brave, man, but I was suffering in the struggle. When I tell you I'm from the hood, I mean it literally. Most people say they're from the hood, they're really from the hospital. My mother gave birth to me alone in a ghetto project apartment bathtub and then drove herself to the hospital. Think about that for a second. I was literally born in the hood. 9 brothers, 6 sisters, 1 mom, 2 jobs. When I say we're poor, maybe you don't know what it's like to have to wash your face or brush your teeth in the school bathroom because there's no water at the crib, but I know. Maybe you don't know what it's like to have to sleep in an Astro van or in a parking lot of a grocery store because you have nowhere else to go, but I know. Maybe some of y'all ain't never took a bath with shampoo or washed clothes with dishwasher liquid because that's all you got. But I knew all too well. Maybe your mom ain't never seen you in a Taco Bell to grab a bunch of napkins because her period is on and she can't afford to buy feminine products. But I know all too well. The worst times of the year for me were summertime and winter break. Most kids, that's their favorite time of the year. Why? School's out. I hated when school was out. Many of the times that free lunch I had at school was the only meal I ate all day long. I always tell people the story. There was a foundation that sponsored my family when I was 9 years old. And some of y'all getting touching a little paper right now. I want you to make sure you're giving back to this local community and wherever you come from. It's important to live a life that's bigger than you. Live a life that's bigger than who? You got to. Guys, somebody made a difference in my life. There was a foundation that sponsored my family when I was 9 years old. They told us all of us could make a Christmas wish. I had never experienced a traditional Christmas before in my entire life. These people showed up like they said they would. And we see stuff like this on television all the time now, but when I was growing up, it was very rare. Some of my brothers asked for bikes, some of my sisters asked for dresses. They got to me and I was still unsure. I asked because she skipped me. She said, sure, I'm 9. She skips me, goes through the rest of my siblings, come back. She said, Shep, you're the last one. What do you want this Christmas? I told y'all I'm gonna keep it a stack, which I thought about a lot of stuff. I thought about asking for my first pair of name brand shoes. I thought about asking for a computer. I thought about asking for a game system. We didn't have PS5s and Xboxes back then. We had Sega. So I thought to myself, you too young, that's my age, you too young. I thought to myself, I better make this decision count. So at 9 years old, how old was I? 9. I looked that lady square in the eyes and said, ma'am, you will help me have the greatest Christmas I've ever had in my entire life. If this year you would buy me a pillow. Because at 9 years old, I had never had my own pillow. I slept on my arms in this America until I was 9 years old. To this day, I have that pillow. To this day, it was the greatest Christmas gift I've ever received. If y'all paying attention closely, how many things have I said about my daddy so far? Yeah. See, I grew up in a single parent home. Anybody else did? Hey. Okay. Unfortunately, that's the story for a lot of us. When my father went to prison for murder before I was born, while my mom was pregnant with me, my dad was drunk one night playing with a gun and he shot and killed his best friend. So when my dad got sentenced for that body, man, we grew up, man, and I grew up, I never saw a man shave to this day. I've never lit a barbecue grill. I learned how to tie a tie by watching YouTube videos before I turned 30 years old. My old boy was not in my life. I didn't know anybody on his side of the family. And because I didn't know who my daddy was, I didn't know who I was. Identity is important, and I lacked in that department. I was struggling. Let me be clear, when my daddy went to prison for murder that year, he smoked the same crack he was selling. He smoked the same crack he sold for 18 years. He didn't just have a habit, he had to have it. What I didn't know about my father, he was a womanizer. He had kids all around the state. When my dad went to prison for murder that year, when my mom was pregnant with me, there were 3 women pregnant from him. I was born in August, my brother Dante was born in October, my brother Larry was born in December. 3 brothers born the same year from 3 different women. We call that ghetto triplets. I didn't care about that though. I just wanted to know my daddy, man, my old boy. And most of my young life, I went without having that dream realized. My mother was very religious, drug us to church all the time, man. Wednesday night, Friday night, Sunday morning, Sunday night. Y'all know black folks stay in church forever. Everybody was bragging on the love of God, but nobody was showing it. We would go to these churches and they say, man, we'll pray for y'all. They don't pray for us, help us. But nobody did. First person to reach out to me from my mama's church was my Sunday school teacher. She reached out and started sexually abusing me at 10 years old. She reached out and snatched my innocence my entire 5th grade year. Every Sunday morning, this woman told me I was a loser and I deserved every filthy, nasty, disgusting, perverted thing she did to me Sunday morning after Sunday morning. And I felt like if this is what Jesus loving little children feel like, I didn't want his love. I was hurting inside and I wanted everybody around me to hurt. You've heard that before. Hurting people hurt people. I want to give y'all this free game. But heal people, help people. That's not even notice. Hurting people hurt people, but heal people do what? Help people. When I heal, man, I should want to make a difference in someone else's life. But I was struggling. I was so focused on what I didn't have, who wasn't here, what opportunities didn't come my way, how my life was different from other people that I saw on television, that I just had stinking thinking, man. And I didn't take personal responsibility, which was hugely important. I was in the 9th grade at 14 years old. My best friend died in front of my face. We were playing a pickup game of basketball. He fell and collapsed onto the court. He had some kind of heart condition. When his teeth went into the courts, that called the pool of blood, he lay face down in. That year, 14 years old, was the same year my mother came home with tears in her eyes, asking me to be the man in the house because all my siblings who were older than me, including my sisters, went to prison for drugs and violent-related crimes. It was like an oxymoron. She said she needed me to be the man in the house because I never seen a man in my house. But I started stepping up and looking after my younger siblings. 7 days after my best friend died when I was in the 9th grade, if we got in a time machine right now, we went back to my hometown. I'm from Apopka, Florida, outside of Orlando, home of the Thug. Me, Jalen Carter, Warren Sapp, Brandon Merriweather, Trey Hendrickson, we all from the same hometown. If we went back to that time machine to the area where I grew up, you go to this project apartment, right now, there's nothing. If we went back to that 3rd week in January when I was 14, there's nothing in the refrigerator but light bulbs and fingerprints. You'll find me at 14 with a gun in his mouth, ready to blow my brain off a stem and out of the back of my head. And what took place in those next few seconds, fellas, is why I'm standing in this room. I hate to drop you off a cliff, but nobody gave me magic beans. Nobody sprinkled dust on my head. But at 14 years old, I did something powerful. The same thing I want you to do every single day of your life. At 14 years old, I made a decision. I made a what?
Decision.
I made a decision. I made a what?
Decision.
It's more powerful than you think. Say it with your chest. I made a what?
Decision.
I changed my mind and it changed my life. I'm not talking to everybody in this room, but I'm talking to somebody where you have no idea, and I'm not just talking to players, I'm talking to staff as well. You have no idea that a decision you make today could literally change the pace of the rest of your life. It could change your legacy. It could change your family. It could change everyone in this room. It could change the history you make while you're at this institution. If you all individually and collectively will make a decision to live your life for something bigger than yourself. I didn't know what my life would become. That woman had lied to me. That woman told me I was something. Anybody remember what she called me? A loser. I kept living. You know what I found out? We're not born winners or losers, we're born choosers. That's not even notice. We're not born winners or losers, we're born what? Choosers. That's personal responsibility. I have a right to decide. It doesn't matter where I've been. Doesn't even matter where I am. All that matters is where I'm going, and the person who decides that is me. I have a right to choose, and I chose to get rid of that stinking thinking. I chose to draw a line in the sand. I decided at 14 years old, I'm not gonna make excuses, I'm gonna make history. I wanted to be the first man in history of my family to graduate high school, first person in my family to ever go to college. I wanted to make history. Man, I got introduced to the sport called football and it changed my life. It took me to a whole nother trajectory, but something needed to happen first. I said hurting people hurt people, and then I said heal people do what? Help people. These two guys came to me and they said, I started playing ball, and these two volunteers, older white guys from my community, they said they wanted to invite me to a breakfast. After I went to that free breakfast, they said we want to see me to a camp. It was in North Carolina. I'd never been out of the hood before in Florida in my entire life. They put me on a charter bus out of Orlando and sent me up to Black Mountain, North Carolina. This is why I do what I do for a living. I'm gonna get in my talk. I only have one thing I want to talk to you about. They put me in this charter bus, they sent me up north to North Carolina, and they put you in groups of like 10 or 12 athletes. This is why I face my fear for a living, because a college athlete changed my life. The second day of that camp, man, they put you in groups of like 10 or 12 high school guys, and they put you with one college athlete. How many college athletes? One. That sacrificed 1 week out of the summer. I told you, live your life for something bigger than yourself. I told you, make sure you give it back and making a difference. This college athlete, man, he was from Kentucky, but he was in school at the University of Alabama. Y'all too young to remember the name Sean Alexander. But this is before he was the $64 million man. This is before he was on the front of Madden. This is before he was the NFL's MVP. This is before him and his wife Val last year just had their 13th child. You know what's crazy about that? They never kissed before they got married. I said, boy, you've been making up for it ever since with 13 kids. God, dog. Second day of that camp, this is why I do what I do for a living. Sean pulled me aside. He said, Shep, can I speak to you for a second? I said, cool, man. And I shouldn't admit this, but this is ignorant. But this is real talk. I had never heard a black dude speak correct English before. Like Sean didn't grow up like I grew up. He wasn't in the struggle. He's like, hey bro, how you doing? What's going on, man? I'm like, why you talking like that, dog? They not around. Why you talking like that? I don't get it. Buddy pulled me aside. He said, can I speak to you for a second? I said, cool, what's up, man? He said, I love you. My legs locked in place, tears start streaming from my eyes. I had never heard that from a man before in my entire life. My mama had never told me she loved me. The reason I do what I do for a living, because love changed my life, dog. First time I ever heard I love you in my whole life was from a college athlete on the side of a mountain. This man told me he loved me. I'm froze. I got tears falling. I don't even know how to respond, man. This guy don't know me, man. He ain't from my crib. He ain't from the struggle. What do you mean he loved me, dog? I don't even know how to move right now. I'm frozen. He walks over to me. He put his hand on my shoulder. I had been stabbed 6 times. I had been shot at. I had been in handcuffs. I had never been touched in love by a man before in my entire life. Here I am, 14 years old on the side of a mountain. And this man tell me he loved me, touch me in love, look me in my eyes. He said, I know you hurt me from what your dad didn't do. He said, I ain't trying to be your dad. I want to be like your big brother, your mentor. And if you let me, I'm going to pour into your life for the rest of your life. Sean made a commitment. He made a what? Commitment. Sean made a commitment. He made a what? Commitment. To this day, we have homes in Northern Virginia that's 6 miles from each other. He made a commitment to pour into my life for the rest of my life. Sean taught me how to work. He taught me how to what? Work. Sean taught me how to love. He taught me how to what? Love. Sean taught me how to forgive. He taught me how to what? Forgive. I'm so glad Sean taught me how to forgive. One of the people I forgave was my dad. And I got closer to my daddy than any other person in my family. I fly to the state of Florida every single week and take him to breakfast or to lunch. He got completely clean and completely sober. It's not this traditional father-son relationship. I'm more like the big brother, the OG, but man, we locked in for sure. My daddy died in 2021, the same day I was speaking for the national champions. His last words to me were, amen, and I love you. I'm so glad Sean taught me how to forgive. Guys, when you forgive somebody, you release someone from prison. You know the person you release? Yourself. A lot of us hold on to that pain. A lot of us been in survival mode way too long. And we don't have opportunities to breathe. And that's what I look forward to. When I come in the audiences, when I'm in this room, whatever, how many minutes I have in front of you, I want to give you a chance to breathe. So many of us been in survival mode our whole lives. And I get it, it served us. There was a time when you had to go in survival mode. It was a savage life. You was in a concrete jungle and you just had to do what you got to do to get in this room, to get to this point in your life. But you were never designed to live in survival mode. I don't want you to survive, I want you to thrive. That's good. I don't want you to survive, I want you to what? Thrive. But a lot of us, I find out, man, a lot of people in this sport, man, especially, I ain't just talking to players, I mean staff, coaches, you ain't had a chance to do this ever. And you may not do it again this season. But just right now, while I'm on the platform in front of you, I just want to give you the opportunity. I literally want you to just take a breath with me. Go ahead. Some of us been scared to take a breath. Scared we're going to get soft. Scared somebody else will eat our lunch. Scared we may, lose a game. Miss out on an opportunity. Take another. Come on. I lived my whole life in survival mode for so many years. And man, that's stressful. It's hard to set accurate goals and walk in wisdom when you're in survival mode. Because when you're in survival mode and somebody asks you what you want to eat, man, I eat what? Anything. Because I'm in survival mode. And I do what? Anything. And so I'm not making wise choices. So I connect myself to people I shouldn't be connected to. I date people that's not good for me. I move and go places because I ain't thinking clearly. I ain't thinking about tomorrow. I'm not thinking about 5 years from now. I'm not thinking about the end of the season. Man, I just got to do what I got to do right when. Now. I get it. There's times in our life where none of that stuff matter, man. Forget about don't tell me about the way you just bring the ship in. But you weren't designed to live at that level, man. Let's take a shot. Let's be specific. Let's get focused. We're going to grind. We're going to put in that work. We're going to roll our sleeves up. But man, get out of survival mode for a second. Understand you're safe. You're in a safe space where you can breathe. And you with like-minded people. Let's do something special together. All good? Here's the thing I want to give you. It's one thing. If I could have gave it to you, I would have stood at the door while y'all came in and just handed it out. But I can't give it away. But you can take it. I can't give it away, but you can what? Take it. So all I'm going to do is define this one thing. It's a word that's not used often in this setting in sports. I want to give you guys the opportunity. The what? Opportunity. It's that word, opportunity. I want to give you the opportunity to take it. But I believe, I'm confident beyond reason. Y'all heard me. I've worked with teams that won 1 or 2 games. I know teams, I've poured in teams that won it all. I got the ring to show. Let me tell you the difference. It's this subject I'm about to bring up. And if y'all will decide together to take it, I ain't just talking about, man, this week. I'm not just talking about training. I'm not just talking about this season. I'm talking about during your time, not just at this university, but your time in life. If you would commit to this one word. And I'm going to just introduce the word. I'm going to define the word because the word is made up of 3 parts. And I'm out of here. I promise I'm going to say, God bless you. And I'm walking out that back door. All right? The word I want to introduce in this room, the thing I wish I could give you, but I can't, but you could take it. It's called, and it's going to be in your notes, don't worry. Everything I say now is going to be in your notes. It's called a covenant. It's called a what? Covenant. It's called a covenant. It's called a what? Covenant. There are three things that make up a covenant. You need a bond. First thing is a what? Bond. Don't worry about it. I got it already in the notes. Let's stay focused. Let's roll, all right? First thing is a bond. First thing is a what? Bond. Second thing is a pledge. Second thing is a what? Pledge. Third thing is a commitment. Third thing is a what? Commitment. What's the first thing? Bond. Second thing? Pledge. Third thing? Commitment. Y'all a tough group. I love it. All right. I'm going to define each one of those words, and I'm out of the way. I'm going to say, God bless you. I'm walking out that door. First thing is a bond. First thing is a what? Bond. A bond has two definitions. It'll be in your notes. The first one is a noun. It's a relationship built on shared interests and experiences. Some of you are tracking with it. You say, yeah, that's a bond. A relationship built on shared interests and experiences. What that means is you got to experience good times together. What kind of times? Good times. You got to experience the sun together. You got to experience the mountain together. You got to win together. Do what together? Win. Man, ain't nothing like a winning locker room. Ain't nothing like it. You got to win together. You gotta sing together. You gotta have fun together, man. You gotta dance together. Gangsters don't dance anyway, we boogie. But no matter what, man, you gotta enjoy time together. Good time. You gotta break bread together. Do what? Bread. Y'all gotta eat together, man. I'm so sick of these teams. Not sick of them. Let me be careful with my language. There's so many teams that don't understand the missing piece is y'all ain't spending enough time together. The best way to spell love is T-I-M-E. That's not in your notes. The best way to spell love is what? T-I-M-E. T-I-M-E. Because men especially, we spend time where our hearts are. I don't have to ask a man what he loves. I just watch what he do with his time. I ain't got to ask a man what he loves. No, I ain't got to ask you if you're into cars. You already talking about it. You already scrolling through them. You looking them up. You sitting up on them, man. What's motors on that one, man? Flip the hood on that one. Because men, we spend time where our hearts are. And the best way to spell love is T-I-M-E. Why am I talking about love? And why am I talking about time? Because we talk about building a bond, a relationship built on shared interests and experiences. Man, we got to have good times together. Let me ask you this question, relationship. What's wrong in the world when you're in love? Nothing. Poop don't stink. Work can't be too hard. Why? I'm in love. Y'all know what I'm talking about when you really in love, that in love state, when you booed up. You know what I'm talking about. Boo-doo-da-doo, booed up, like real booed up. Like when you you hang up first. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. All right, let's hang up on three. 1, 2, 3. Why you ain't hang up? Why you ain't hang up? Like you booed up, dog. Hey, y'all know that state. Ain't nothing wrong with the world. Whatever she on, you on, right? What's your favorite color? Whatever your favorite color is. What you like to eat? Whatever you like to eat. What kind of movies you like? Whatever movies you like. You just on whatever she on. That in-love stage is beautiful. But the issue is, you know what happens? That in-love stage is temporal. And then you transition that. That in-love stage is natural. You ain't got to work for that, right? It's just easy breezy. But then you get into that intentional love stage where you got to choose to sacrifice, choose to be selfless, choose to put her before yourself. And so sometimes those things that you thought were cute and beautiful in the beginning, they're not so cute later on. Give me an example, Shep. In the beginning, hey girl, I got practice at the bar, man. I need to go and get me some grub real quick. Where you want to go eat? Well, I'm tired of tacos, and I had burgers yesterday, and I can't eat no more pizza. You're like, girl, you don't never know what you want to eat. 7 months later, baby, I got practice tomorrow, man. We're gonna grub. We need to go ahead and grub now, man. What you want to eat? I just had Chipotle. I'm tired of Italian. Golly, girl, you don't never know what you want to eat. It's the same thing you thought was cute. It's getting on your nerves now, right? Make it relevant, Shep. The same things you thought was funny during training camp could get you beat in week 5. That thing that you thought coach was coaching too hard and he was emphasizing too much. Why are we talking about this in a meeting? Come on, man. Is it that serious? Them 20 seconds could cost you Christmas. While you're in the in-love stage, it's funny, it's cute. Look at the freshman. He ain't even focused. He don't know what to do. And now we need him to step up 6 months later. And God dog it, this joker. Gotta be careful in that in-love stage. It's important. That relationship built on shared interests and experiences. But that's not all. I said there was how many definitions to a bond? 2 to a bond. How many? 2. The first one was the noun. That's the good times. The verb definition that'll be in your notes for a bond is to be tied or connected to something through heat or through pressure. To be tied or connected to something through heat or through pressure. So the noun is the good times. The verb is the what? Bad times. The noun is the sun, the verb is the rain. The noun is the mountain, the verb is the valley. That's a true bond. Let me give you some free game. You don't really know a person until you see them go through a storm. You don't really know a person until you see them face adversity. I'm kidding. No, bro, you don't understand, Chef. She fly, boy. I don't care how. Don't let that big booty and that smile fool you, my boy. You don't know that person until you say no. You don't know that person until you deal with adversity when they face a step back. See, adversity doesn't make us who we are. It reveals who we are. It don't put it in you. It squeezes it out. So we can say anything we want to say right now. Oh, I got your back, twin. It's all love. Wait till you face a storm. Everybody in this life, this is the way life happens. Everybody in this room, I don't know you personally, but each person in this room, you either in the middle of a storm, you either just coming out of a storm, or you're getting ready to go into a what? Storm. It's the way life happens. Nobody gets to get out of life free card. And some of you say, Shep, yeah, man, you talking that talk. There's people on my road right now have no idea how hard I had to fight just to get in this room this afternoon. And I told you, I've been there for 14 years old, so I know that sometimes your enemy will lie to you in your own voice. You hear me? But I'm telling you, man, stay in the game. Don't give up, don't give out, don't give in. Put the work in. Put the what in? Put the work in to build the bond. A relationship built on shared interests and experiences, to be tied and connected to something through heat or through pressure. If you coagulate those two definitions together, you can establish a bond. Last thing I'll say about the bond is, listen, you can't defeat what you can't define. You got to know your enemy. I'll say that again. You can't defeat what you can't define. You got to know your enemy. It'll be in your notes, don't worry. So what is my enemy? If we say we're going to establish a bond, I got to know what's my enemy, individually and collectively. What's my enemy? I can't defeat what I can't define. I got to know my enemy. What am I trying to overcome today? What do I need to overcome tomorrow? What do we need to overcome during camp? What are our objectives up front? What's my objective on the back end? How can I grow as a leader? Coach, what do you need? Coach me, coach. I can't defeat what I can't define. I'm gonna give you some free homework. Here it is. Before you kick off this season, what I want you to do, each and every one of you, I want you to think about somebody who really knows you well. I'm not just talking to players, I'm talking to staff too. Figure out who knows you best. You say, this person really knows me. And I want you to ask them this question. Say, my speaker came to me today, he said, I can't defeat what I can't define. And he said, find somebody I trust that really knows me well and ask this question. What's in my blind side? What's going on in and around my life that could potentially cost me my hopes, dreams, and aspirations? Ask them the question. Say, what's in my blind side? And this is what I want you to do, sir. This is what I want you to do, ma'am. Shut your mouth and listen. Ask them the question. Don't give no other qualifier. Say, what's in my blind spot? It may be for you, it may be your grandma, maybe your girl, maybe your husband, maybe your wife, maybe your high school coach. Could be a position coach, somebody on your staff. Might be a head coach. Maybe an older guy here. Hey, you know me from, man, come on, bro. You done seen me for the last 3 years. You may be a roommate. What's in my blind spot? And then I want you to close your mouth. Let me give you some free game. When y'all get the notes, my number gonna be at the bottom. If I can do anything for y'all, let me know. Some of y'all gonna tell me, y'all gonna be like, Shep, that's so crazy. I want you to ask the question. Let me give you some free game. More than likely, what they gonna say to you, you're gonna disagree with. I'm gonna take it a step further. More than likely, the thing they say next, if they really know you, you actually probably gonna think it's one of your strengths. Like, come on, man, I was serious when I came and asked you this question. You talking about, man, I ain't committed enough? Come on, man, I'm the most committed dude on my team, man, on my position group. You tripping. There's a reason it's called a what spot? A blind spot. You don't see it. But you chose them because you said that person really knows you. And so if we're going to build this bond, I can't defeat what I can't define. I have to know what's my enemy. I know my objective, but what's my enemy? What's standing in the way of what we want to accomplish together? Look at your leadership for that. Look to your coaches for that. And trust them. What they tell us is in our blind spot. The first thing is a bond. The first thing is a what? Bond. I need all three in order to have a covenant. Do I have a covenant yet? No. The second thing is a pledge. Second thing is a what? Pledge. The second thing is a pledge. Second thing is a what? Pledge. There's 3 areas where we hear pledge a lot. First area, when I was growing up, I don't know if they did it where you was. Every morning we had to go to school and pledge allegiance to the flag and the United States of America. Second area that you hear pledge a lot is somebody who pledges for a sorority or a fraternity. For most of them who cross over, once they become a part of that organization, how long is their pledge for? For life. And the third group you hear pledge a lot is someone who makes a financial pledge, right? To build a building, to help a cause, to help an organization. I have several organizations that I'm pledged to financially. And if I die on the flight when I leave, I got a flight. As soon as I leave out of here, if I die on that plane in a plane crash, Those who take over my estate will still stay faithful to the pledges I made financially, which is really cool to me that my financial pledge could possibly outlive me. A pledge, by definition, it'll be in your notes, is a serious promise made solemnly. I'll say it again. It's a serious promise made solemnly. I'll say it one more time for the D lineman. It's a serious promise made solemnly. Solemnly means without a smile. Isn't that good? A serious promise made without a smile. What's that? Serious promise. You need a pledge. We need a bond, a relationship built on shared interest and experience, to be tied and connected to someone through heat or through pressure, but we also need a pledge. Those are things that are like on the wall, right? All in. Those are things that coach will tell you. These are this is what we're about. You got to come up with your own personal. What's my pledge? My non-negotiable. When it comes to this is my why, some people call it. What's your pledge? Get specific. This is who I am. This is what we're about, right? I want your pledge to be connected to, man, who you are. One of the things you are is talented. You're what? Talented. Another thing you are is you're hardworking. You what? Hardworking. Man, there's been a debate in sports for years, right? What's more important? Is it talent or is it hard work? Some say talent, right? Give me the talented guy, I'll teach him how to work. Some say, give me the hard worker, I can develop the talent. Most coaches will tell you, I want both, right? I want my most talented guys to be my hardest workers. The issue is, in this debate, when people are trying to wonder what's going on, man, talent is what I do, right? Hard work is how I do what I do, right? How I go about it. But people have this debate, and so many people say, I don't know which one. Some people are team talent, some people are hard work. But the issue is, we finally got a chance to see both of them. There's an allegory told about both. And the day that everybody got to find out once and for all who's better. Is it talent? Is it hard work? I thought it would happen on the football field, but it didn't. It happened on the track. It happened on the what? Track. It happened on the track. They were both in the block. They were going head to head. They had a whole heat going on, but everybody watching the guys in the two middle lanes. We had talent and we had hard work going head to head. Everybody excited. They got their signs. Nobody at the concession stand. Everybody focused. Here's the one we all been waiting for. They focus. They train. They ready to put their best foot forward. They in those blocks. They got their head down and they take that deep breath. Take it with me. They shoot that gun, they pull out the blocks, and them jokers rolling. You hear what I'm saying? My granddaddy said they're picking up paper. You get what I'm saying? They running like scissors cut in a pocket, and they not disappointed. These jokers are rolling down those middle lanes. Everybody screaming, let's go, talent! No way! Here we go, hard work! Let's go, baby! You got this! Right in the middle of the race, somebody in the outside lane ran past both of them and won the race. People heads spinning, folks looking at each other. Did you get on camera? You got that recorded? Who in the world was that? Everybody watching talent, everybody watching hard work. We're trying to figure out who just won the race and beat both of them, blew them out, wasn't even close. Announcer comes over the PA system. Winner of the race, I'm gonna make him from Florida. From Florida, toughness. See, in this world where all of us are thinking about talent and hard work, there's somebody in the outside lane that I believe most of us are not paying attention to, and his name is what? Toughness. You can't forget mental and physical and spiritual toughness. Guys, why is this important? Because talent hits a wall. Can we all agree to that? It eventually hits a wall. There's even a quote that says, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't what? Work hard. So talent hits a wall. Hard work eventually hits a wall. Hold on, Shep. I was with you, bro. No, man, that's my claim to fame. It's my family. We all known for being hard work. No, man, that's bullcrap, Shep. What you mean hard work hits a wall? I'm a proof. Who here will be vulnerable and honest enough for me to be able to say, have you ever had a time in your life where you said, I did everything I was supposed to do. I know I didn't cut corners. I worked my tail off. I did it the right way. I gave everything. And it still didn't work out. Who's ever been there? Those are the times in your life when hard work is about to hit a what? Wall. See, talent hits a wall, hard work eventually hits a wall, but toughness, by definition, what does it do? Bulldozes right through them. And so I want you to bring your talent, pack it. We're gonna need it every single day. Make sure you bring your hard work, man. You got to come and clock in, but don't forget your what? Toughness. And so when you make the pledge, make sure it includes your talent, includes hard work, but don't forget toughness. See, half of life is just being a tough SOB. I'm telling you, man, most of life is just figuring out, man, I'm gonna be as hard as woodpecker lips, dog. I won't give up, I won't give out, I won't give in. You might out-talk me, you might outrun me, but you will not be tougher than me, bro. I'm gonna be here when it's all fall down. You smell what I'm saying? You just gotta commit yourself to that. So we have a bond, we have a pledge. Do we have a covenant yet? No. What are we missing? What are we missing? Commitment. What are we missing? Commitment. Coach, I'm confident beyond reason. I told you this is what I do. November will be 20 years. Many teams establish a bond. Relationship built on shared interest and experience to be tied and connected to something through heat or through pressure. Many teams do that. There's even teams that have the pledge. They put it on the back of t-shirts. They tattoo it on them, right? It's hashtag. They got a pledge. The area where most teams drop the ball at is when it comes to the what? Commitment. And I think I've cracked the code. It'll be in your notes. Commitment doesn't have two definitions, but it's two parts to the definition. And I'm confident beyond reason in this sport, we've been focused on the first half and we missed the second. The definition of commitment that'll be in your notes is, the first half says, it's being dedicated to a cause. All right, Shep, that was it. Say God bless you and lead. That's what you said. That's it. That's commitment, dog. Being dedicated to a cause, right? For the next 3-4 years of my life, I want to commit to the university. I'm dedicated to a cause. I'm committed, dog. I'm committed. The second half of the definition of commitment says, having an obligation that restricts your freedom of action. Some of y'all caught it already. I'm gonna say it again. Dedicated to the cause, obligation that restricts your freedom of action. Dedication is what you're willing to do for the team. Obligation is what you're willing to not do for the team. Dedication is what you're willing to contribute. Obligation is what you're willing to sacrifice. And we say the word commitment, but many of us don't understand it. Oh yeah, bro, I run through a wall for you. But would I shut my mouth and stand on business for you? Yeah, I run a little harder and faster. But will I sacrifice it, man, and clean up and do the little things right? Dedication to the cause, obligation that restricts your freedom of action. Everybody in this room that's married, especially men in his room that are married in a serious relationship, committed relationship, know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You think when you get married, you don't still want to go to the butt naked? You don't think you want to go in there wild out and get your freedom on? Yeah, but you can't. Why? Because I have an obligation that restricts my freedom of action. Make it make sense, Shep. I can't do what I want to do. I can't go where I want to go. I can't smoke like I want to smoke. Man, I'd be high as giraffe hamstrings. You hear me? I can't. I can't show up when I want to show up and play when I want to play and run like I want to run. Why? Because I have an obligation that restricts my freedom of action. I'm a part of something bigger than myself. And so I believe a lot of people have dedication. Dedication. A lot of us have the dedication, but we miss when it comes to the obligation. And if you can have both, special things will happen. Last thing I'll let you know, the asterisk about commitment. What I found is a lot of us say commitment, but we're thinking about consistency by definition. So even you heard this challenge, you're like, oh yeah, I need to be more committed. I'm gonna start doing this more often. That's consistency. And consistency is important. But I realized, so I played for Rick Darlington in high school. I played for Howard Schnellenberger in college. And I played for John Group in the league. All three of those coaches have something in common. Different personalities, but they all have something in common. It's kind of like this program. They have a standard. They have a what? Standard. When there's a standard, there's an expectation. You got to be cut a certain way to play here. The guy I want to talk about is my high school coach, Rick Darlington. This dude was on some other stuff, man. Like, he had some crazy rules. Like, on Tuesday, you had to wear a tie to school. Even if you got to get a tie from the janitor or something, bro, you got to wear a tie on Tuesdays. You couldn't miss a workout in the summertime. You can't miss one. You off the team. Okay, how many stars you got, how highly you recruited you are. You miss one workout, it's over with. Go find you somewhere else to play. Like, he made it like you had to be wired different. You had to earn the right to be a Darker. On Fridays, you had to wear the team jersey. And you can't wear no necklace, no drip outside the jersey or you suspended. Ask me how I know. My senior year of high school, I'm the student government not president. I'm in a student government class, right? I'm the FCA president, like I'm the team leader. It's our senior year, first game of the season. He walked by the SGA room. It fell out by accident. I'm just in there talking. We're in student government having meetings. He walked by on his free period. He was like, oh, Shep, your necklace is out. You're suspended. Wait, hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Come on, dog. What do you mean? Let's talk about this. No, you suspended. So the standard was the standard. And that's the kind of environments I cut my teeth in. And those things made us incredible. I won a lot of games playing ball. And it helped me in life in many areas. One of the areas that it hamstrung me is what I'm about to confess to y'all today. Being in those kind of cultures and being in a culture like this one, while it's gonna help y'all win a lot of games, it teaches you how to be really good at being consistent without being committed. Y'all felt the room just change? That's the truth. A lot of us are really consistent, but we're not committed. That's why so many athletes I know that finish ball and they'll go work a job 30 years that they hate and never miss a day. So many guys be in relationships and don't even care about the person. Literally not even attracted to her, but can stay with her for 20 years. Because I learned how to be consistent without being committed. I meet so many athletes and they tell me, man, you might know my dad. My dad is, oh, well, that's your dad? Man, how you doing? Oh, I don't know him. What? He don't take care of his kids? Oh, he pays child support, but I don't have a relationship with him. Because he was consistent, but he not what? Committed. Y'all see, there's a difference. Where we consistent, I need you to be consistent. See, most of society, every girl I dated in college will tell you, that joker really good at being consistent without being committed. They wouldn't even let me break up with them. They'd be like, no, there's no way. You're trying to make me think I'm crazy. No, I am not crazy. You felt what I felt. You experienced what I experienced. And you're like, I don't even know your name. Like, what is you talking about? Why are they so confused? Because they mom and daddy told them, if you go to school and you find you a man that's consistent, you found a good what? Man. That's for most of society. Y'all not most of society. We are part of the 1%. Yes, for most average people, yes, consistency is a great marker. Most people can't be consistent. It's gonna leak. But us, of course you're gonna be consistent in this room, right? You can't be on the team if you're not consistent. Right? They can't stay in here if they're not consistent, right? It's a part of it, it's a responsibility. It takes what it takes. And so for while most of society, consistency is the ceiling, for us, consistency is actually the what? Floor. We stand on that. We show up on consistency. The ceiling is commitment. SHEP, what's the difference? Your heart. People being consistent but not committed, that's why a guy can break a team down. Family on three, family on three. 1, 2, 3, family, and go jump. Cannonball into the portal. Love you, Coach, man. You like a father to me, dog. I love you, man. Send you a text tonight. Hey, man, they shot me a couple more dollars, man. I'm gonna have to holler at your dad. Consistent but not committed. I gotta put my heart in it. I told you 3 groups I speak for. The guys on death row, pro and college sports. Anybody remember the group in the middle? Who was it? Now think about the audience for a second. If they in a foxhole with somebody who's consistent but not committed, it could cost them their what? Life. The issue with this subject, Coach, when I talk about commitment, is even though I've explained and defined it well, and I'm done with this talk, we still don't know who's committed. Like literally, bro, you can stand up, pull your shirt on. Hell no, Tim, man, hey, I'm committed, twin. Let's go, baby. It might not fight your way out of a wet paper bag. Because we can say anything, but we don't know who committed until the heat is what? Home. That's the scary part. That by the time I find out who's not committed, it's too what? Late. It's 4th and short, and I just found out this joker ain't committed. We need him to step up. We need that. We need somebody to give us a great look on the scout team, and I just found out this joker ain't committed. So that's why I say we're gonna begin with the end in mind. I gotta ask you now. All you can take is personal responsibility. You can't account for nobody else in the room because there's no way for us to know. You literally could cry tears and be lying. Cap, big cap, sombrero on his head, lying. The only way for us to know is if you put your heart in it. So I didn't say a bond, pledge, and consistency. Though it's important, we need a bond, a pledge, and a what? Commitment. Dedication to the cause. Obligation that restricts my freedom of action. Did you put your heart in it? I know your body's here. I even see your mind is here. But did you pack your heart? Are you willing to give everything? Only 2 things make people not give up what they need. Give up what they need to in order to be successful. Either A, they got a habit, or B, they're afraid. You're afraid it won't be worth it. And I'm telling you, on me, it's worth it. Establish the bond. Make the pledge. You'll commit yourself fully and totally in every area of your life. If you have the dedication to the cause and the obligation that restricts your freedom of action, I'm confident beyond reason. When your time here at this university is over, you won't be making excuses, you'll be making history. You won't be making excuses, you'll be making what? History.